Good evening. Welcome to J&J Savage Hour, Episode 2. I'm Jason Glass, and this is my longtime friend, Jerry Mason, who is a martial arts expert and also an attorney. I used to take martial arts from him, and I own Total Fitness, and I'm a bodybuilder. And together we're going to talk about all kinds of things tonight for your entertainment, which this is for entertainment purposes only.
That's right. It's for entertainment purposes only. Don't accept any of this as legal advice or anything without consulting a physician. And hey, I see we got Michael Green. What's up, Michael Green?
Kevin Agee. All right. What's up, man?
Hey, Michael Green. We're going to talk about some stuff here in a little bit you'll probably like. We're going to talk about gun control. And after that post about the Boy Scouts of America you made earlier today, I think you're probably going to have some very good comments on the commentary tonight. So First thing, though, before we talk about gun control in North Korea and the cray-cray, Jason's going to give an update on the gyms. He's relocating Total Fitness. I just saw the place today. It's the first time I'd seen it since they've done some work on the place. It's the old Huffman Motors building on the north end of Covington, and it looks really good. I'm really impressed. He's done a really good job. He's had some, I'm sure he'll thank several of his members. There's a lot of folks that really helped him out, but I'll let him give you a little update on that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and there have been some amazing members that have volunteered their time and helped out, which I'm going to do a whole Facebook post on that. So I've taken a lot of pictures, which I'm sure they'll appreciate, where they've been hard at work. But yeah, it is at the old Huffman building, like Jerry said. We are shutting down the old place, the place over by Walmart, Friday evening. So Total Fitness will shut down Friday evening. We'll be shut down for the weekend. That's when we're actually going to move all the equipment, the tanning beds, everything. And we will reopen Monday morning. If you'll just bear with us Monday morning, I know some of our software system won't be online until Tuesday, but we're still going to be able to rock and roll and be 24-hour accessible. There have been a few people are confused about a couple of things. Price is not going up. It is staying the same. We will have child care. It will be free to our members. So, whatever you've been paying is what you'll still be paying. Still the same exact cost. And the child care will be free to members. We'll also continue to have our fitness on demand class system, which our members love, is 24-hour classes. And then we will also have some live classes as well. And those are free to our members as well.
And can we do those classes in thongs? That's the main thing I want to know.
That's just reserved for you, Jerry. We're gonna lock the door, and you can go in there, and we might even.
Well,
if you're good, we might even put a poll.
I noticed one of my sons is on here, and I know he really wants to wear a thong and do some singing. He likes to sing, and he gets it honest.
I was really just reserving that for you, but we'll see. So,
hey, we got Sartain's on there too.
All right, hey, Brad Sartain. Shout out to Brad Sartain. Yeah. He is making a big TF cutout on the wall. So, he's going to paint a big yellow TF on the wall back there. It's going to be really cool. The front area is going to be kind of our soft area, all the cardio and a few weight machines. We have a sitting area where you can warm up your food. There's going to be a coffee maker, TV, and in the back is a little bit harder area. All of our free weights. We have a lot of powerlifting equipment, a lot of things you won't find anywhere else in West Tennessee.
Hard.
So, yes.
So there's a bunch of you on here that I'm trying to get to comment, because I was even going to talk about my brother's on here, Josh Mason. He's got a movie he's got coming out soon. I was going to talk about that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so a lot of the folks, y'all hang tight. We're going to do this. It's about 30 minutes, so if you got that much time to waste, I'm sure you've got some of the free time you were probably going to use, in your private time in the bathroom and things. So just keep us on, and I'll make sure Jason keeps a shirt on, and it'll be good. So, but like he said, we're going to talk a little bit later too about he's got some really cool powerlifting equipment. I'll let him tell you about that later. But one thing we mentioned that I want your input on, just because it's a hot topic right now. We waited. It was very unfortunate that we had the massacre occurred in Las Vegas. I hate it.
Yes.
I do think there's some more evidence potentially is going to come out. I find it hard to believe it was one shooter, but anyway. It's neither here nor there. The big issue is on the gun control thing. They have an issue with the bump stocks now. I don't know if you're familiar with those. It's basically an accessory on a rifle, usually AR-15s and that type, that causes it to fire more rapidly. It's not actually fully auto, but
still semi-auto.
It's still semi-auto, but it makes it fire faster than semi-auto and not quite as fast as full auto. There's some issues on that. So I'll give you my opinion real quick, and then Jason's got a background too in guns and hunting. He has guns, and obviously I was a cop. I like guns. have guns. I think they're fine. I think that we should go to what's called constitutional carry on guns. So what is constitutional carry? It basically means that because we have a constitutional right to bear arms under the Second Amendment, that unless you've had something that would force the government to restrict your right to carry, a felony conviction or some violent offense or whatnot, that you should be able to carry a gun. If you hit 18, carry a gun. We could both carry guns. I think crackheads would be a lot less likely to rob folks if they go up in a convenience store and they know that everybody in there's got a gun, most likely. If a 90-year-old grandma's up in there getting some milk, for her kitty cats or whatever, and she's got a gun, I just find it hard to believe that I think it's going to decrease crime. I think in the beginning there'll be a bump. Everybody has a gun because the idiots will kill themselves. And then us normal folks can go about our life and everything will be great. So y'all give us your comments on that. What do you think?
Well, I think, first of all, just to clarify what you're saying, I think, currently felons cannot purchase a gun, correct?
Correct.
So that's currently in force. But what you're saying is you would not have to go get, like my wife and I have a carry permit, so we can legally carry a handgun around. But you're saying with constitutional care, you would not have to have that permit.
Yeah, some states have it. Basically, it's where if you are 18 or older or whatever the legal age is they have, and you don't have any disqualifying convictions or offenses on your record, no domestic violence charges, no felony charges, that type
Right.
convictions on those issues, things like that might disqualify you, then you can carry a gun straight up, And if you look at other countries too, there's other nations that you can check that have done this in the past. They've done where you had something similar to that, where they also did stuff where they restricted felons from having weapons, or just said that people couldn't have weapons just completely, like citizens couldn't have guns, right? And here's what happened in those countries. The bad guys had the guns. So the good guys, we obey the law because we're going to obey the law, and then the bad guys go in and they're the ones that have the guns anyway. So then it's like, and there was a guy I heard, there's a video my son tagged me in a few days ago, and I don't know who the guy was, but it was a really good argument. He was talking about how in the wild, if you have a lion going after, a gazelle or an elk or whatever, an antelope or whatever, nobody's going to say that the antelope doesn't have a right to fight back. Like the antelope can claw and hoof and everything, that's cool.
Yeah.
But this is basically like saying cut the antelope's horns off. Take his horns off. The lion is still going to attack, and now there's more of them. Right. They don't have to worry about horns. So that's kind of the view on that. So, and man, my wife even said like Chicago. I noticed both our wives are on here.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Well, because last time they pretended like they watched. Yeah, and I don't think they're watching.
Jeffrey's on here too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with what you said. The one thing though that I did find useful and helpful when Suzanne and I took our carry permit class, it was very informative as far as there was a lot of safety issues talked about. Tactical issues were talked about if you were ever in an emergency situation where you needed to use your handgun. Legal issues were discussed. So even though I agree with you on that right, I do like those classes. If someone's going to carry, it's really nice to be educated and informed of those things that we were informed of. For instance, they educated us on, look, if something happens, this is the right course of action to take when law shows up. This is how you should handle yourself. This is what you should do with your weapon. This is what you should tell law enforcement. So there were a lot of useful things that were discussed in that class. It was really, and it wasn't that long, and it didn't really cost much at all. So especially as much as handguns and any type of gun cost, it's a very worthwhile investment to get that. And I know Tennessee has changed its law now to where you can carry in your vehicle, correct, without a permit because it's considered like part of your home. Is that correct?
Yeah, what I would advise, and again, this is entertainment purposes only, but what I still say, no matter what, is if you get stopped by the police and you're in your car, you immediately need to tell them there's a car or there's a gun somewhere in the vehicle. What I recommend is you store the gun and the ammunition separately in the vehicle somehow. And that's just the safe thing to do, because when I was a police officer, police have a slightly different view. Cops are usually pro-gun, but they're not so much pro everybody and their dog carry a gun. They're not really, and I don't want to speak for all officers, but just in general, because they want to be the ones with the advantage. They want to have the gun. And if everybody's got one, well, then that kind of neutralizes the advantage. So I understand that. I will agree with this on Jason. He said, because a lot of studies show that people that carry guns end up having them used against them. So it's important to get some kind of tactical training which I provide, by the way. We provide tactical training in high-octane martial arts for gun retention, gun control, gun disarms, all that kind of stuff. Because, say you're a lady and it's in your purse and the attack happens so quick, you're probably not going to have time to get it out, much less utilize it. So you do need some training on that. I think that's right.
Yeah, that was one thing they told us in class. They told the women not to put it in their purse because, someone's going to rob you to take the purse.
It's not going to be readily available.
So I know they informed my wife. Oh, and by the way, Todd asked if we were going to have a carry class in that conference room at the new place. And, hey, that's a great idea.
I know people that teach it.
So we'll have Jerry come. Well, actually, no, you're not certified.
I'm a certified firearms instructor, but I don't certify for handgun carry permits.
Yeah. And we're just joking, by the way. Hey, people, there will be no firing of firearms at Total Fitness.
You can still learn how to use them, though. You still learn.
We'll go to a firing range for that.
Yeah. But anyway, what do you guys think? Some of you asked questions about it, but I haven't seen anybody other than my wife give a comment on what you think about firearms. Do you think that they should be... I'm not against higher regulation. I don't really think anybody really needs full auto. I mean, really the only tactical reason for full auto is suppressive fire. That's when you're laying down fire as cover fire for somebody. But, so I don't know that we really ever need full auto other than just to feel good about shooting a full auto gun, which does feel good.
That would be fun to do.
Yeah, it is. When I was on the SWAT team, we did it regular. We would waste a lot of ammunition, a lot of taxpayer money.
Yeah, that would be very expensive.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Everybody's different on their opinion on that. But, semi-auto, I guess that's all right. But, to be honest with you, the thing the last little point, and then we'll move to something else, but the last thing that bothers me on the firearms is a lot of this conversation people have is they call them assault rifles, and a lot of times they're not even talking about an assault rifle. It looks like a military rifle.
Like the AR-15.
Like the AR-15.
I have one of those, and I hunt with it.
And it shoots a round that people deer hunt with. It's no different than a wood grain rifle that's traditional looking rifle. But people are like, oh, it's an assault rifle. Oh, it's an assault rifle.
Madeline, your wife wants to know what's your favorite type of gun for self-defense.
Oh, well,
I would have to say my 45 is what I would choose.
I teach shotguns for two reasons.
Well, for home defense, yes.
For home defense,
I would
two
agree
reasons.
With that. Yeah.
One, the studies have shown that the rack of the shotgun scares off people potentially in because everybody knows that sound. I use it as a cop. I got in the car one time. These dudes had just broken a house, burglarized a house. I pulled up in the apartment complex and stopped them. And it was just me and it was 5 or 6 other dudes getting out of the car. Well, they started coming towards the patrol car. I told them to get back in the car on the PA. They wouldn't do it. Yeah. And so I got out with a shotgun. I said, shh, get back into the car. They got back into the car.
You know what they told us in the class, though? It's funny you say that because they actually said if you're going to have a weapon like that for home defense, not to have it where you have to engage.
I don't disagree with that because you need to have it ready to go.
The only sound that the intruder hears is going to go
click.
Off.
Yeah, if he hears that with a shotgun. But the second reason on shotguns is they don't have the penetration power of rounds in like a rifle or handgun. Yeah. So if you're like us and we live in the city, I don't want to shoot, my neighbor's Judge Peeler and Echo. They wouldn't appreciate that if I was shooting through the walls at them. Plus, you've got kids, you don't want to hit them. So, shotgun for home defense.
Very
if it's for your personal preference outside, I would say a handgun. But I think it depends on the user. I have little girl hands. I got Burger King hands.
And that's true, yeah. The user.
So I have to get as a cop, I used a smaller handgun until they made us use Glocks. Everybody's hand's different. I don't have the
Glock 45
Conan hands like Jason.
That's what I've got. But my wife has a 380, and it's perfect. You were talking about women putting it in a purse, and what they told her, which has been very effective, is especially depending on the type of shirt she's wearing, she can put it right here under her arm inside the bra. Mm-hmm. And so if she has on the right kind of shirt, she can just literally go in like this, and it's out in like a second. So, and it's completely concealable. No one knows it's there. And, she's practiced it a couple times. It's very effective.
I can just put it in my pants and my wife can never find it. So. Anyway. So anyway, we were going to talk about that. Real quick, I was going to talk about I don't know if my brother's still on here, but if he could comment on it my brother Josh Mason. He runs Mason Studios. He does some cool commercials. Like if you go to YouTube, I've got a couple commercials he's done for me. He did one for a law firm that's not up yet, but it looks really good. It's very professional. I think in the past he did something. I think for you, I can't remember.
He did. In fact, I'm going to get him. I need to talk to him about the new place.
Yeah,
he did a really nice one a long time ago when we first opened.
But anyway, he's got look at his page too. If you go to Mason Studios on YouTube, I think he's got a Facebook fan page, and he's got a little independent film they did coming out with him and Michael, a buddy of his. And I just wanted to let you guys know if anybody wants to, and I think you should support independent and local stuff. If you got, we're in Covington. Part of the reason Jason and I wanted to do this is we're very pro Covington. We're very pro Tipton County. He and I are kind of unique personalities, and we've had contacts in the communities because of my martial arts background, cop background, lawyer stuff. It's a lot of people, and then Jason's been running the gym now for a while. Everybody knows he's Covington's Conan. So we wanted to kind of bring those communities together and try to reach out, and just have some fun together was the main thing. But my brother is local, and so some easy things you guys can do to support local businesses, like the pages. If you haven't done that on ours, like it. Go to the fan pages, the YouTube pages. Like, if it's YouTube, subscribe. Like my brother, YouTube rates a lot of the stuff based on subscriptions. I've got a YouTube channel. It's just Jerry Mason, Jere Mason, Kickin Lawyer, and I don't have a ton of subscribers. I have people that view the videos, but they don't really hit subscribe. Anyway, little things like that can help. Leave Google reviews. Those can help businesses a lot. People underestimate the power of, think about how many times you look for reviews on things. So anyway, do that for my brother, Josh Mason. It's Mason Studios, and he may comment on here in a little bit. I don't know if he's still paying any attention. But
yeah, I need to hear from Josh.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting a YouTube channel, so that will be.
So we get pumped.
Yes.
Pumped together.
What do you think about North Korea?
North Korea! I have been to North Korea. I don't know how many Americans, any of you, probably nobody would know. That's me in North Korea. That's me with the guy in the middle is General Chae Hong-hee. He's the guy who actually named Taekwondo in the 50s. He's the founder of Taekwondo. And then beside him was who we call the Eternal Grandmaster, H.U. Lee. Both those guys have passed since then. That was in 99. I went with the U.S. Taekwondo team to China and North Korea to compete. And it was an interesting experience.
I remember when you talked about when I used to take Taekwondo and everything from you.
So, I have an interesting perspective because of all the deal with North Korea. And I've actually been there, like I said. I even met, because is it Kim Jong-un now? I get them confused. I met Kim Jong-il, I guess the one before him, because there was a granddaddy who died, then the daddy, and then now we got the kid that's up there all bucking up.
A lot of Kims.
Yeah, a lot of Kims. But, they're crazy, man. Like, straight up. Like, nuts. Crazy nuts. When I was over there, there was an imperial palace that we had to go in, and they had a huge, it's real fancy, even though they're broke. Like, the citizens have no food, no money, nothing. There's no dogs or cats anywhere, trust me, because they're gone. But anyway, they got oh, yeah. I ate one, too. I was hungry, man. I'm a big dude. But anyway, they had a big mural up with the world on it, and where there was supposed to be North America, it was an ocean. It wasn't even on there. They just say we're like devils, and they don't even teach them about us. It's terrible. But
well, do you think we're in any real danger? You think there's a
oh no, we would annihilate them. I don't really think they're a real threat. I just think that it's a thorn in the side. I will say this though: I think if we were going to ever fight them with Trump in office, we're probably going to fight them. Yeah. If anybody's going to push that button, it's probably going to be Donald Trump.
Yes.
But he's probably also the one that's not going to regulate our guns. So
I like Trump.
I like Trump. Yeah. I'm a libertarian. I've never told anybody that openly. Y'all probably don't know what that is. If you do comment, let me know. You're going to have to look it up. Google that. Yeah. So, I kind of have views on both sides of the aisle there. What about you?
I'm more conservative.
Well, I'm kind of conservative. It depends. Like if you talk about
really,
fiscally, I'm conservative. I know. I don't like you alienate
I love all my liberal friends. I've got some liberal friends, and I love them just the same. So
I love everybody, man. That's the thing. Like I'm socially liberal, but I'm fiscally conservative. It's a little different.
There's some issues that you might not be as socially liberal. We'll talk about that later.
I'm pretty socially liberal. I'm just about you leave me alone. If you want to go hug on dudes, cool. Do what you want to do. I don't want to hug on dudes. As long as you're not making me hug on you or watch me, watch you hug on folks, it's cool. That's kind of my deal on that. I don't, it's not even a religious argument to me because I'm a lawyer. I look at it from more of a legal perspective.
Sure.
And you got a right, I think, especially in your home, to do what you want to do. I don't have to agree with it. It's just like free speech.
You don't have to worry, Jerry. I'm not going to hug on you.
We were talking about the flag thing last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same deal, man. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But I do agree it's
a
right of free speech they have to kneel like that. I think it's bull crap, but
we'll have to get more into some of those issues later.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. So let's do this. Let's talk about so we did North Korea. So one thing I noticed tonight when I was at Jason's gym, and see, Jason and I, again, I told y'all last time, we work out a lot together. Now he's clearly in better shape than I am right now, unless we're naked. I mean, when we're naked, it's completely different, trust me. But anyway, I like to do heavy weightlifting. Now I'm big. A lot of bigger guys can move some weight, but also I don't like to eat the right way to look like the bodybuilder guy. And I enjoy lifting heavy. Now, he's still way stronger than me, but we do like some powerlifting moves, and he's got some new equipment. He can explain it to you that's more like specific. Nowhere around here has it. So if you go to the new Total Fitness gym, nowhere around here has the new equipment.
Well, and I will say this. You're right on all that, but Jerry, let's put it this way. If we were to walk into a building full of guys that wanted to kill us, I could stand there and flex, but I would not be the least bit worried if I had Jerry with me. He could take them all out. I wouldn't really do anything. I would just kind of stand there and
it's because the first thing you do is you take all your clothes off, and most people are going to run away. And if there's still a guy standing there, then you need to probably run away.
Yeah,
stand there. That's the first thing that I do.
Yeah, right. But anyway, yeah. So we've actually got some new equipment. Every year we purchase new equipment. We do have an annual fee at Total Fitness, but that money is strictly used to get new equipment every year, and we get some very unique items that you won't find anywhere else. One of the things that we've got this year is and it's not up at the old place yet. It's going to be making its debut at the new place, and that's a monolift. If you don't know if anybody knows what a monolift, comment. Love to see who knows what a monolift is that's watching. It's basically a type of squat rack. It's used in powerlifting competitions. We also have a technically a second bench, but with our half rack, we could technically have 3 bench presses in the facility. But we have a competition certified bench, so that'll be a second bench, competition certified, and we also have another powerlifting platform. Of course, all those things can be used for powerlifting competitions, which is something that we will have. I'm planning on having a fundraiser here soon, and we'll talk more about that, and we're going to have that as a powerlifting competition. But also we're going to have a 60-foot long turf in the back. So we're going to have turf down on the floor.
Turf?
Yes. We're going to have AstroTurf on the floor. That's going to be tomorrow. We're going to start gluing that down so it'll be ready. We're going to have a push-pull sled. Tires you can flip.
And not to interrupt you, Jason, but just so you guys know, we're going to get to some of your comments. I just now realized I have to scroll to see them.
Oh, yeah. So we're kind of...
go ahead, but I'm going to pick up.
Look at that, man. We have missed a lot. We're a little bit
that's all right. We'll get to them.
Oh, look, Todd Nelson's a libertarian like you, Jerry.
He must know. He knows how to spell it at least. That's good. I'm going to go... Yeah. Let's hit this one real quick. Mario Hall, he said that over the past 2 months... the police, have confiscated more guns from juveniles. What's your take on preventing them from getting their hands on guns?
Very good question.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes down to, as far as gun control, part of that is if you're a legal owner, you need to secure them right. But, some of that is, and you probably know this, Mario, like I had some clients, I'm real pissed about it, who I had in juvenile court just literally like 2 months ago, and now they're 18, and they just got hemmed up in a big burglary. I think you guys arrested them. And I know them personally, like all of them, and now they're adults, they're 18, and they got like ag bird charges, they stole guns and whatnot. So I think sometimes they get a hold of stuff like that, and it's very difficult to control that. I think a lot of it, though, goes back to respect. If we're teaching these kids the proper respect and discipline as kids, they're less likely to do crazy stuff like that. I'm not bragging, but Jason and I both have good kids.
Yes.
Jason's blessed with, I think, good kids. I feel like I've been blessed with really good kids so far. I mean, the worst thing they might do is show up 5 minutes late. As far as I know, they haven't had drug use. They don't go get in fights. They're not hanging out with the bad folks. You know what I mean? And I think that goes back to, because neither one of us come up with money. Our kids didn't have money. It's not like, we were privileged. Our kids were privileged kids or anything. Right. But we taught them right, So I think that's
responsibility. I think
that's a big thing.
Well, it's just like my 12-year-old son. I mean, he has shot, well, even when he was younger, my AR-15 and 9mm and all that. But it's all about, you said the word responsibility earlier, and I think it would be no different than showing the same responsibility with my car keys. I mean, I'm not going to let my 12-year-old go drive out on Highway 51 in my truck. I'm sure that happens, and that's highly.
Well, but my point is, you're right. My point is, though, your 12-year-old wouldn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got a 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
My 12-year-old wouldn't do that. So even if my kids had access to guns, like I've got alcohol in my house, right? I measure it. Matter of fact, because I used to be a cop, I know how it is. And I got a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, and a 16-year-old too. And so I know whether it's there or not, but I don't have to worry about it. Like my kids know what'll happen if they do something like that, because my house has, I like to think, my house has discipline and they've been taught respect. So to answer your question, I think that's part of the root of the problem. You know, if these kids aren't learning this from an early age, because I think the breakdown of the family is a part of this too. You know, when you break the family unit up, I think it creates dissension, and then the youth has a difficult way to grow. Now, I'm not saying that the traditional family is the answer. I'm just saying a family that's people that would support and love this child and nurture this child and care enough to discipline this child. And I think that's a lot of what we're missing today.
Absolutely.
So I think that's part of why we're having problems with these youth with guns. Is it's not the gun's fault. It's that the parents are not doing their job as parents.
Sure. And even accessibility, though. I mean, I do think that should be, I think that it should be hard for your youth to even get a hold of the weapons, But you're absolutely right. I mean, the more I think about it, in my house, I mean, if my 12-year-old son wanted to go get the AR and load it up and shoot it, he could. But he's not going to.
He's not going to do it.
He's not going to do that.
I mean, we don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Josh has got a comment on here that he's hosted a film festival on November 18th at the Memphis Comic MCFC, which I think is Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention. I think in Memphis, so I'm sure you can look it up. But
Awesome.
I'll be there. It's going to be fun. And if you guys haven't gone to the comic book conventions, this is not on our list to talk about, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway, because I've got like 6,000 comic books. But anyway, comic book conventions are fun. Like, even if you just want to make fun of folks, like there's a lot of interesting people there. So if you get a chance, go see Josh at the convention.
Cindy Ralph just said that while we're up here being savage, they've got a handful of slaves working hard to get the gym open. Yes. Yeah. So big shout out to Cindy and Derek Ralph, and also Kevin Lamontage, and let's see who else is up there. Anthony Jordan, my wife. I do have my son Jeffrey. They're up there just slaving away, and I told them, I said, look, I have to leave in a few minutes to go be on Facebook with my best bud Jerry here to do J&J Savage Hour, so I'll have to get back soon. They're gonna hang me.
This is work too.
Yeah.
This is work too. We're working for you guys. I'm sweating under this light, this heat lamp we got on us. Then Todd wants a Snickers bar.
And no Snickers bar.
He
Todd.
did some good work for you. I saw it today. You want to hook him up?
He did some great work, and
is that his company? Is it his company? Or
yes, it's Just In Case Security. That's right.
I didn't realize that was his.
That's his. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Todd
well, hey, shout out to Just In Case Security.
Yes.
If you need Just In Case.
But Todd has some very specific goals, and so no, he does not get a Snickers bar. Todd, I do remind you that you do get one cheat meal a week right now. That's a diet, so that's good. Which we can. Hey,
not what I was drinking earlier.
We need to talk about next time. Artificial sweeteners. That's something that a lot of people ask me about and have
I know all about them. They're really good.
Misinformation about. So we'll have to discuss that in the future. But yes, Todd, you can wait till your cheat meal, and then you can have a Snickers.
Cindy says that there's beef, so they don't need gun control.
That's right.
She wants a Snickers also.
Yes, no, Cindy, I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
You got barbecue tonight, Cindy.
You got to charge for those shout-outs. Chad's been on me hardcore to get on the radio. We're trying to, but they're real proud of their stuff, so we got to figure something out.
Chad, you got to hook us up, man. Come on, maybe we can work out a deal. You can get some maybe free legal advice, or
I'm sure there's something we can work out.
Access to the gym.
I had a guy today who's giving me electrical service in exchange for a case, so we'll barter whatever we got to do. Yeah, so let's see what else. Thanks for the okay. Yeah, when I always, that'll be $50.
You're welcome, Todd. Yeah. No, wait, that's too cheap for Todd.
Just because I completely forgot the whole point. We're trying to promote some stuff too. This will be on YouTube. Right now, I put it on my page. Jason's going to be starting a page pretty soon too. So if you go to Jerry Mason, Kickin Lawyer, and hey, even if you don't watch this stuff, subscribe for me. Okay, just go in there and subscribe because Google looks at all that stuff. Jason, of course, you've heard, is promoting Total Fitness. That's his gym here in Covington. And then I have two things we push. That's the high octane martial arts, which is in Covington. We do mixed martial arts, taekwondo, and then of course my law practice is in Covington too, Huffman Butler Mason. But real quick on the MMA, because we're running out of time. The MMA program I've revamped recently. It's mostly women, and they're mostly like adult women. And when I say adult women, I mean not like 16, 17-year-olds. They're like grown women with kids and whatnot. And it's been great. We had a couple ladies got signed up last night, and I was joking because they're Morgan and Morgan. Their names are Morgan, and I was like, I got Morgan and Morgan. Yes. I'm a lawyer, Morgan and Morgan, which is a great marketing machine in and of itself. But anyway, so if you're interested, man or woman, and even some young folks we have in there, my 12-year-old does it too at the MMA, and then of course Taekwondo's for whoever wants to do it. Everybody gets a free week, and you might get something special if you call and say you watch this. You just have to tell them when you call in. But I'm going to put, that too. You have to put numbers and all that below. And yeah, if you call and say you watched our stuff, we both will give you something, get maybe a t-shirt or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got more stuff that I missed.
Chad said we can work it out. Awesome.
First, I've got to go to Walmart. So I guess he's getting a Snickers bar.
Chad doesn't have a
Yes, Cindy, I will give you a Snicker. I don't care what he says.
Can't eat it. I'm gonna steal it.
If you subscribe, and look, my wife's even tagged the YouTube channel. She's so smart.
John David's not a woman.
Oh yeah, my cousin. I gotta give a shout out to my cousin. I saw him earlier. He's probably drunk right now, but my cousin John David, he's been coming and doing the MMA and doing a really good job. He's been meeting the ladies and everything. It's great. He was rolling around with a big guy last night. It was wonderful. But he's been doing real well training.
Don't forget, y'all, we are shutting down Friday night. Total Fitness is shutting down Friday night, so you'll be okay one weekend. Going to reopen Monday morning. So moving everything this weekend. If you are a Total Fitness member and you would like to help move, we are getting started at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. We have some trucks and forklift and all kinds of equipment, so it won't be that hard, but we could definitely use all the manpower that we can get if you want to help move. And
and for whatever reason, I magically will be in Branson. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you always say
this is my best good friend, but
that you're in.
I got to be in Branson all weekend,
Yeah, yeah.
So it's all right. People need legal services, even though I'm not licensed.
Yeah, I'll remember that. You can give me some legal services.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
Jerry is my attorney, by the way. He's a great attorney.
The one last thing we wanted to talk about, because we're getting a little longer than we wanted to do, even though we call it an hour. I guess it's a man's hour because it's 30 minutes.
Yeah. People will say it's.
We're going to talk about selfies. This is something I wanted to talk about because I have a unique opinion on selfies. Jason's a selfie. He's the queen because Adrian on Team Total Fitness is really the king of the selfie.
Well, yeah.
Next time Adrian
is great on selfies.
When you guys see Adrian in the gym,
he has amazing quotes and motivation.
Oh no, he's very motivational. But I pick on him because the dude is blowing up the selfie game. Like selfie game is strong. He gets the good lighting and everything. Yeah. He's on to slip and fall.
You have to find just the right spot in the gym. There are magical little spots in the gym where the lighting is perfect and you look amazing if you do a selfie.
That's right. And
you can't be in the wrong spot.
That's why I got this heat lamp just right. It's getting rid of my tea bags under my eyes because I'm tired tonight. But on selfies. So the issue on the selfies for me is, our society's moving towards kind of being like some narcissist, really.
Really, you think?
Yeah, I think it's not a selfie if you're together. If we took a picture together, especially with our clothes on, it's just a ussy type deal, right? It's just an ussy. But if you do it individually, then I just wonder what we're getting to where everybody's selfieing. Like there's grandmas and stuff selfieing.
True.
And just so you know, Chad, too, you wouldn't want to sue Walmart. Walmart litigates. Walmart, we got to sell. That's an ussy. Yeah. Walmart litigates everything. So people are like, I fell in Walmart. Well, even Morgan and Morgan won't touch it. Yeah, you're out of luck because they're going to take everything to a trial. They fight everything on purpose because everybody thinks they can sue them. So most people don't sue Walmart.
Mario wants to know, yes, I can help you with meal plans, Mario. Come see me and ask about Team Total Fitness, and I'll be glad to help you. That's what we do. Brad. Thank you, Brad.
Brad said Jason takes swole fees.
But Mario, what we can do at Team Total Fitness, part of what that is I work on your nutrition plans, help you with supplements, And I also write you out workout plans based on your goals, and we'll do body fat assessments and weigh-ins and things like that. So just come see me Monday. I'll be up there Monday when we reopen. And yeah, I'll get you all signed up if you want to, and I'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, you need to come work out with us, Mario.
Yes.
Yeah, all of you. You know, me and Jason, we like to get groups together and lift together and stuff and grunt and make a lot of racket, which reminds me of what I told you about the other night.
But you need to start working out in order to do that.
I've been working out. I've been working out with you. It's just at like freaking midnight.
Yeah, like once every 3 weeks.
No, I'll tell you, this is what I really do. And now I'm big because I eat, right? And I sit around as a lawyer all the time. I do. I eat a lot. I do. I'm admitting I eat a lot. I like to eat, you know. But I'm married and happy, and I ain't looking for nothing, so I'm going to eat. But I usually run 2 to 3 nights a week, but it's only like 2 miles and it's super slow. Or I've been doing 2 to 3 nights a week of that crappy uphill crap you've been making me do on the treadmill. It sucks pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I usually do taekwondo once to twice a week for an hour or so. And then I lift weights usually 3 or 4 times a week. But it's all super broken down. So Jason's like, you don't work out because you're not in there for 4.5 hours.
No, you don't have to be there that long.
Yeah, well, I agree. So it depends. But that's what I do. Now, Jason works out like every day religiously. He does like 3.5 hours of cardio.
It's not
and
that long.
yeah, trust me, it is. He works out all the time. He lives in the gym, sleeps in the gym.
Well, I will say
he's always got his protein and all that.
It's been a very sad week and a half because I've worked out maybe twice this week. I didn't work out it.
I know. He's such a fatty.
It's been very
fatty.
Stressful getting this move done. So, yeah, I'm kind of – hopefully I will be back on track Monday. I'm going to try to get a workout. You said we're going to get a workout in tonight, right?
I'm exhausted.
Yes, so then let's do it.
We're going to do squats. It's going to be great. And I'm going to wear my thong.
It'll be fun.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. We may start doing it weekly depending on your interest. If you guys shoot us messages or you come in our places, High Octane Martial Arts, Total Fitness, or my law firm and stuff, if we hear about it, some of you mentioned it last time, we'd be glad to do it maybe weekly. It is kind of stressful because me and him do literally work all day. That's why I'm in a suit still. It's because I had a late day today. And I'm going to Branson tomorrow. So, yes. Oh, by the way, good luck to my son, Alex Mason. Y'all got to give him a shout out. He's competing in his first collegiate swim meet tomorrow.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm excited for him. That's why I'm taking off, actually, because it's not far from Branson. It's at least close enough to justify going to Branson. So.
You just want to get out of helping me move.
No, that had nothing to do with it. But anyway, good luck, Alex. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. And anything else for the viewers?
Just come see us Monday. I promise you it will not be a disappointment. It will be awesome. Yeah. Biggest facility in Tippin County is what we will have.
Yeah, so. It's nice. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.